So welcome everybody. I see that a couple are still joining. We will have a quick introduction of this meetup. Then we'll have an interview with someone from China, and they will do a demo about their application they have made. And then we will close off with a short introduction in how you could initialize your account and use second passphrase to protect your LSK, if you would like to, of course. So these meetups we do them every week. It's the kind of second season. This is the second episode, and we are talking with Aslan. I think let's start directly with a couple of questions. Oh, one thing I should mention is that they are currently in China. That's the reason, of course, we are having this meetup at this time. It's a different time from normal. And there are two persons on the other side of the line. One is translating, and the developer who created the application does not speak English, so we have to translate everything that also the questions later on. So therefore, sometimes it takes a little while before we get a response. So welcome, Aslan. How are you?
Great. Hi, everyone. I'm Stuart, and I'm with the China delegate team members. I have Aslan and Ming by my side. Glad to be here.
So, where are you calling from?
China. All of us come from China.
And where in China?
The city we are living is called Amoy. It's at the southeast coastside of China. I'm not sure anyone hear about Amoy before.
Is it close to Xiamen?
Pardon?
Close to Xiamen? Hong Kong?
Oh, yes, it's Xiamen. It's Xiamen. Amoy is another name of Xiamen.
Cool. Nice. I think maybe Rafael would like to come visit once. He's fond of China and also went to Hong Kong. And how old are you? It's quick.
Me or the
questions.
you mean me or the delegate team?
The delegate team. Depends on what you want to answer.
They are about 30.
Young guys. Young because I'm also around 30, so that's still young. So how did you start with blockchain? How did you end up in the Lisk community?
We entered the crypto space after the 2017 because there is a bull market at that time. So many of us haven't heard about blockchain and Lisk before 2017. And after we enter the crypto space, Luis, you may know Luis is also a delegate. He introduced us about this project, and that's how we know Lisk and how we entered the Lisk ecosystem.
Are there other projects that you also follow? Is Lisk big in China, or it's just a small group? Can you tell us something about that?
Personally, I'm watch Bitcoin and Ethereum and many DeFi projects nowadays. But the China delegate team members' main focus is about Lisk.
And yes, DeFi is getting like larger and larger. And do you have any future plans with Lisk or with other blockchain products?
Oh, yes, sure. We are now deepening our understanding of the Lisk SDK because many Chinese crypto fans know nothing about Lisk SDK. So that's a problem. And that's also a reason why we built the FNT program. We'd like to take it as an example for education and promotion of the Lisk, and we hope we could attract more and more builders to join in the ecosystem.
Cool. Yeah, it probably works good if you have a couple of examples that you built yourself, then that might attract other developers. Can you tell us a little bit more about the project, the FNT project? And,
Sure. The project is named Forecast Network, FNT in short, and it's a kind of prediction project, a prediction dApp. Like we have many prediction projects on Ethereum, such as Gnosis, Augur, and Omen. And I think the FNT project is the first of its kind in this ecosystem. And why we choose
would
sorry.
you
Yeah, go ahead.
shall we go to the demo? Shall I give you, if you can share your screen, then I'll ask my questions along the way or afterwards.
Sure. Can you see my screen now?
Yes. Discord screen.
Yeah, I'd like to go through our front-end demo firstly, and then we check the node, check the code. Here is the address of our FNT project. Anyone interested could simply visit the fnt.eliteeffect.info. So
Can only see your Discord screen.
can you see the Explorer screen now?
Yes. Perfect.
Cool. That's our FNT front-end demos. And anyone interested in it could visit the fnt.eliteeffect.info. And before I go through the demo, I'd like to give a brief introduction of why we start and why we choose a prediction project. The prediction project, I think, is a perfect case for blockchain technology. Because blockchain is transparent, it cannot be tampered, and it has autonomy. So I think a kind of prediction project used based on blockchain can provide a more fairer game for the users. And uh, in FNT, users could bet on different kind of things. Uh, Currently, for simplicity, users could only bet on the price of the cryptocurrency, like Lisk and Bitcoin. And in the future, we may extend the bet object. Now I will start as a new user. I register a new account here named hello. And here it shows two pieces of information. One is my address and another is the economics. This is the main interface. As you can see, there are several cryptocurrency with the price, the name, and the price pool. Let's take Lisk as an example. And in this page, we could start our bet. I'm a newly registered user here, so the FNT platform will will give me 100 FNT for free. And in the Explorer, you could see in this account the balance is 100 FNT. But sorry, this should be FNT, not Lisk. Now, for example, I'm longing Lisk, so I think the price at the end of this round should be above 1.665. So I can input my predicted price here. And here I could choose how much amount of MNT I want to bet this time. And then I submit my bet. And here is a record of my bet, and state is pending. I need to wait about 2 minutes plus 30 seconds lockdown time and to start a round here. As it shows here, we can customize the reward rule of the different bet pools. For instance, currently the time of every round is about 3 minutes and plus 30 seconds lockdown time. In the lockdown period, no user could bet anymore. And in the future, we may add more rules or adjust our rules. For anyone familiar with the Augur, a kind of prediction project on Ethereum, they users could bet on some kind of events outside the blockchain world, like the sports event or the election event, such as if Trump could win the presidential election this year, and if there is a soccer game between the Chelsea and Arsenal, which team will win? As you can see, we are now in the locking period of time. So this round is end. As you can see, my balance changed from 100 FNT to 50 FNT, which means I lose in this round. And if I win, I can get my 50 FNT back plus the price from the prize pool. So that's basically how a user can play in the FNT platform. That's all for the demo, for demonstrating the demo at the front end. So should I continue to check the backend code right now? Hello, Jer, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
I finished
You can go on. Oh.
the demo presenting. So should I go to the code now?
Perfect. Yes, let's do that.
We've uploaded our source code on the GitHub, so if you are interested, you could visit there. Now I will go through the code step by step. At the beginning, I register a new account on FNT, and the platform will check my username, whether the username exists or not. And here is the related code. And if the username hasn't been registered before, system allows them to create accounts. They should record down the mnemonics. And after the accounts are successfully created, system will airdrop 100 FNT to the new account address. And then users could start their bet. Suppose they want to bet 200 FNT, which is beyond his or her balance. The platform will check whether their balance has enough FNT or not. The platform needs to check Alice's account address and the reward pool address. If the user's bet amount is larger than his or her balance, then the system will tell her that she has not enough balance. FNT use updated sender balance to calculate the new balance of the user, and use updated recipient balance to transfer his or her bet into the reward pool.
can I ask a question? Where does the money of a lost bet go?
Pardon?
If you lose a bet, where does the money go? Like the 50 FNT you just lost?
If I lose the bet this round, my 50 FNT will go to the prize pool and then distribute it to the winner, if there is any winner.
If you lose a bet, the money will go to a prize pool. If you win a
Yes.
bet, you will get funded from that prize.
Yes, the winner's reward it has two parts. The first part is from the loser's bet, and the second part is from the prize pool.
And what happens if nobody loses?
Then the winners will share the prize pool. As you can see, every bet has a prize pool. The Lisk has a prize pool of 2480 FNT, and the storage has 1200 FNT. And these FNT are from the system's airdrops.
And could it be that at one point the prize pool is empty?
Currently, according to the developer's design, the system will automatically input some FNT to the price pool if the price pool is out of FNT.
And if you would like to.
May I continue my presentation about the code?
Perfect, perfect.
Excuse us for a moment, sorry. And if all the users have bets, have completed their bets, the system will initiate a fixed time mission. First, it will cancel the existing mission and then create a new one. And here is the timing rules. And it needs to get some information. It acquired the Lisk price from the coinmarketcap.com, which is a very popular market data aggregator. But this approach is a little bit centralized. When we consider using decentralized oracles like Chainlinks in the future, so to ensure a better price fit and a fairer game. At FNT, also need the user's bet record and the balance of the prize pool. Here, FNT will judge whether users wins or not, and set the amount of the reward to the winner, and transfer them to winner. And finally, we'd like to address two issues here, and thanks to Jer, uh, Raphael, and Copyfax from LCU. I'm not sure whether I pronounce your name correctly or not. Thank you for you kindly pointing out the issues here. That's our original code here. As you can see, users of FNT users of FNT will send their mnemonics to the network, which is extremely unsafe. And in addition, the information of the bet, such as the bet price, isn't being recorded into transactions. And the team has rewritten part of the code. Here, we have moved the information of bet into transactions. I think that's a more decentralized approach. But for the mnemonics problem, the fixing work takes quite a long time. So we just remain the status quo. And we are, in the same time, we are exploring whether there is any other better solution for this. And thanks, that's all for our presentation. If anyone have questions, please feel free to ask me. Thank you.
Really cool that you took the time to present the idea and to walk us through the code, and also to mention the issues like you just did. I think we can all learn from this.
Thank you.
It's just post general chat. Hmm? Ah. Hearing. Okay. There was something with my microphone, probably. Hopefully everybody can hear me now. If there are any questions, just post them in the chat. And thank you again for the presentation, really cool. And really interesting to see how you could change the bet on a price in the future on betting on objects or events. For example, a question from my side. If you would bet on events, how would you make sure you have accurate data about these events?
I think that depends on the event. Uh, like the if we want a data about price from the price of cryptocurrency, I think the Uniswap or some other oracles works pretty well nowadays. But if the event is about like a sports game when the winner of the election, uh, I think that's more difficult. I think there are two approaches here. The first approach is to find single uh, a single source of data, like uh, if we bet on the winner of a NBA match, so we simply uh, find the data from the websites of NBA official. And for another scenario, like there is no single data could provide a fair data, there is no single source could provide a fair data, we may consider a more decentralized way, like the weather. We may choose the Chainlink because they gathered several oracles nodes, and each node will gather several data sources. And in this way, I think we could ensure the data we get is a fair, is a decent data.
Thanks. I don't see any other questions. I see a question from Corbin. Did you run into any problems making it decentralized? When grabbing the price, for instance, Node 1 could grab a price for Lisk for about $1.50 from the data source, and the other node who checks the transaction a bit later could see a different price.
Can I see did Corbin typed his or her typed his question anywhere? Can I see the question?
In the general Lisk chat.
Excuse me for a moment. Hi. Thanks, Corbin. Currently, we get the price data simply from the coinsmarketcap.com. So it's not a decentralized approach. But yes, the question makes sense. I think that depends on the oracles we choose. For instance, there is an oracle named Taylor, Tellor, and its mechanism to choose a price from different data source with different price. Suppose the node 1 provides the $1.5 and the node 2 1.51, node 3 1.4, and the Taylor oracles will choose the median number, which means the median number is 1.49. The rationale behind the choosing the median number is to uh, prevent someone for instance, if Note 5, it gives us extremely high price, such as $7. So if we choose the average value, the average value will be much above the 1.5. So if we choose the medium value, it will around 1.5. So that's one example for the tether oracles. And there are many oracles for us to choose, like Nest, like Band, and Chainlink. I think there is a pretty much work like for us to choose the best oracles in the future. Thank you.
Maybe you should or could also talk to Jackson, as he is working on this Moracle network solution, which, as far as I understand, is like an Oracle system for Lisk also. It is. They were building on it last year and this year. I'm not sure how far they are, but they probably have good ideas about it. So maybe that helps in the future.
That's great. I think we need more oracles in the Lisk ecosystem.
I don't see any other questions, so I think we should wrap up this part. And thank you very much for taking the time to introduce your project and to explain the custom transactions. And also because it's a little bit difficult with the translation part and the distance, of course, and the timing. But thank you very much for being here. And
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
quickly go through a quick demo about a second passphrase. Because if you would like to secure your account, you have two options. You can use you need to initialize your account, and you can also use second passphrases. We also got an update for the Lisk Hub. Happy about it. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
So I need to go to my test account. I log in. This is a new account, so we only like 100 Lisk on a testnet. If you log in, then you see this phrase: we advise all users to initialize their account as soon as possible. To do so, simply make an outgoing transaction. So you can do that here. Click on initialize account. Okay. And in addition, if you would like to secure your account, you can use the second passphrase. Go to settings, and there you see second passphrase. Every time you make a transaction, you'll need to enter the second passphrase in order to activate and confirm it. Click on activate, it costs 5 LSK. Passphrase, you can copy it, and you can activate it later on. So those are the two options to secure your account, and it's pretty easy to do so. So if you would like to secure your funds, I would recommend using a second passphrase. I think that's it for today. If there are no more questions, then I'll wrap up, and we will be here next week with whom? Maybe ourselves. Yeah. Keep an eye on the announcements, and we'll keep you informed. So next week it will be at the normal time again, 5 hours CEST. Thank you for watching, and see you next week.